Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. Threshold of another weekend in America. Another tragedy yesterday. Jeez. Some really sad news. In Tallahassee at Florida State, there was yet another mass shooting. They were saying initially that 5 people were killed. Does it turn out just 2?
Just 2.
I mean, just. Obviously, one's too many. But 2 people killed, 6 others injured. The alleged shooter is the son of a sheriff's deputy. So,
and apparently the reports are that he used his mom's weapon,
one of her
service
weapons,
weapon, in the committing of this.
wasn't there a second shooter, or did they find out that wasn't true as well?
I have not heard of that.
The
They
original
initially
report
said
thought that there was multiple shooters.
Okay.
Why does this happen every time? Why? Like almost every time. And they said the first one of the shooters was dead. So none of that was true?
Yeah, he's
interesting.
This particular person is wounded, but they reported that it wasn't life-threatening. Okay.
So our thoughts and prayers for the victims. Another senseless occurrence here in the United States. And another opportunity for the left to make political hay out of it, because that's what they do every single time. But here we are on Good Friday. It's a big day in human history, as you can kind of imagine. If you're Christian, certainly you know that. So we've got Holy Week going on, and Donald Trump's White House looked like this week.
Oh, cool, man. In the people's house.
Yeah.
I mean, this could have been stock footage from the Biden administration, right? Or Obama. We don't know. It's being reported that it was this week in the Trump White House.
Wow.
Big difference.
A little different, yeah. I mean, that's the staff.
Are they screaming and yelling about this at MSNBC and CNN?
Oh, I bet they are. I don't know.
Man.
We should ask the 3 people that watch
they
that
carried
channel.
this. Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Bill Clinton stopped by.
Yeah.
When it comes to crafting new trade deals, the president has had phone calls and meetings with Japan and Mexico so far. And there's another. How many did we hear this week? 130? Is that what the number was? I think it was 130 countries have come to the table. Virtually everybody we have trade agreements with, I'm sure. And he says China wants to meet, which I hope that happens. Cool. Hope we can work something out.
He said all along, right? He said that they wanted to make a deal. They just didn't know how to go about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Because they try to look tough for their people, and make threats, throw things out there kind of willy-nilly. That's just the way they conduct business. And yesterday, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni arrived to meet with the president.
Wow.
This
is a slap in the face to the EU.
Yeah.
Big time.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because the EU is very pissed right now.
Oh, yeah.
At Donald Trump. And certainly not cozying up to him.
But she was all smiles there. It's a stark difference from what we saw when she was with Macron. Remember that video?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, ugh, this guy.
He's coming down the line to me.
And she really wants to cooperate. She wants to be a partner with Donald Trump in this whole trade situation. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
That is great.
Not for the
Unexpected.
EU.
No, not for the EU. Yeah. But see, unlike Biden, I don't look out for the EU first. So,
really?
Or China. Yeah.
Really?
Actually, China might have been first for Biden because of his really close relationship with Xi Jinping and the Tibetan plateau.
That's right. They met.
Yeah,
he was with them.
many times. He traveled 40 billion miles with us.
Really?
40 billion miles. He traveled more than any other human has ever traveled, and it was all with his partner, Xi Jinping.
I wonder if he ever asked him any questions or anything.
Oh, gosh. Stop.
Oh, man.
Possibilities. Possibilities.
And I said, what's
What's that?
Really? That's what you said? That was powerful. How did
Yeah.
you think of that? Right off the
About
top
that
of your
clip.
head.
Man, I didn't realize you still had that clip.
Yeah. Again, the quote was, so pretty powerful.
Yeah, real powerful.
Pretty powerful. You don't see Donald Trump making quotes
No,
like
you
that.
do not. No, you do not.
And yesterday, the president, also updated us on the tariff situation.
As you know, we've had numerous talks at at the highest level, frankly, with other countries. Yeah, we're doing very well, and we're moving along on trade very well. The United States was ripped off and taken advantage of by
We're not doing
every
it
country
anymore.
in the world, practically. I mean, I have to
Yep.
say practically, but just about everyone. That's not going to happen anymore, but we're going to make fair deals.
Okay. I like it.
No doubt.
Good. He was also asked if the U.S. should be worried about China with the brewing trade war that's going on.
You have said in the past that you aren't worried about allies growing closer to China as a result of your tariffs. And this week we saw Chinese President Xi Jinping visit with 3 of our allies. Should you be worried that
No.
they're growing closer?
No.
Will you pick up the phone?
Nobody can compete with us. Nobody.
You said they have
Okay,
a
answer this
relationship
question,
with
as a matter of
President
fact.
Xi. Why not pick up the phone and call him and make a deal?
Oh, we're going to make a deal. We'll have a deal. I think
Mr. President?
I think we're going to make a very good deal with China.
Do you plan to reach out to him and call him?
I think that you will see we'll make a very good deal with China.
Get out.
Yeah, turns out all we needed was a new president.
Thank you.
So you can apply that to virtually every
single-
topic,
Absolutely can.
every discussion. Yeah, it turns out we only needed a new president, and everything is
that all-
much better
Is that
already.
all the questions? Okay, get out.
And the thing is, he clearly doesn't care. I just don't care. You're going to write about this. You're going to rag on me in your article or your story. I don't care. I don't care. No, I'm not worried about it.
And he's in front of him every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Again, unlike Biden, who couldn't handle any of this. He also mentioned Biden yesterday. That might surprise you.
They were useless. They were incompetent. Worst administration in the history of our country. Worse than
Yep.
Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter died a happy man. You know why? Because he wasn't the worst
Carter joke.
president. Joe Biden was. So I think you're going to see some fantastic numbers when this all happens. It's happening now. I mean, everybody wants to make a deal.
You know why?
Yes.
Because he
the
wasn't the
joke.
worst president.
You know why?
You know what? He stayed alive until such time as he wasn't going to be considered the last president. And then he could go.
In fact,
could go
he made
peace.
it through Biden's term. Yeah, right.
Pretty close, yeah.
Pretty close,
Made,
yeah.
made it through a lot.
And to be clear, the family said that he was alive throughout the entire process. I don't know that that's actually true, but okay. You say he was alive, fine, he was alive.
You believe he died when? Like,
I don't know. They've dragged him out a bunch, and he did not look alive.
I mean, a case could be made. You've seen the videos.
Yes, thank you.
yep. But President Trump, how many times have we talked about that? That Biden surpassed or sunk beneath everybody we ever considered a worst president. I mean, from Carter to LBJ to Woodrow Wilson. He was worse than Obama.
I mean, seriously.
Worse than all of them.
I cannot believe. I would have never believed at the beginning of Joe Biden's term that the Biden administration for 4 years would have been worse than 8 years under Obama.
I wouldn't have either.
Right.
But it was. It was. Look at all the garbage he brought about. He oversaw the canonization of trans people. You can't even say anything about them. Everything they believe, we must accept and and push forward and promote for them as well.
So much of it started with Obama, though.
Well, yeah, and the case
One of
can
those Obama
be
years,
made that this was Obama's third term. I mean,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
pulling the strings with his little Marxist cabal.
Earlier this week, speaking of Obama, did you read that somebody's writing that some insider who knows the Obamas really well, he's saying not only is the marriage troubled, it's over. And
Well, I mean, that's what
it's over.
They must be quoting Jeff
That's
Fisher
pretty-
is what they're doing because
yeah.
I've said that, but they're not going to get
pretty
a
bold.
divorce.
Yeah, I don't think they will either.
No, I don't think they will.
He kind of left the door open for that in the article I read, but I don't know. I don't foresee that.
It depends on how comfortable you are about future prosecutions, because your spouse can't. I mean, I think that's why the Clintons stay married, just in case we ever have to be on the witness stand.
Yeah,
Can't be
I don't
compelled
know.
to testify against my spouse.
Maybe, but usually they keep up the charade. It would be surprising if they actually divorced.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they've both been pretty open about
Doing their own thing.
they don't like each other.
Yeah,
really.
doing their own thing.
What was the headline I saw? Something about, I didn't even click on the story because I really don't care about the Obamas, but the brother said something about, did I see the quote, the marriage has always, from the beginning or something? Let's see.
Oh, really?
Let's see. Oh, okay. Michelle's brother didn't think Barack was the one for his sister. And didn't think that they would last.
Interesting.
There you go.
That's what the headline is. Okay, cool.
Wow.
Good luck, y'all.
What do you think now? What
Yeah, that's the thing.
took you to the
Right.
White House? How do you feel about it
And
now?
they're quoting him because they're out trying to hawk that podcast that is not going well.
Really
we'll see.
not.
Yeah,
I think they had 20,000 downloads.
I don't even know the numbers, but everybody's
heavens.
complaining that it hasn't done
Nothing.
well. And
Nowhere.
Every time
for
they
an Obama
yeah.
to fail that way,
Yeah,
oof, that
surprising.
doesn't-
But
yeah.
they did another show a while back that they got paid tons of money. Wasn't it Netflix gave them tons
Yes.
of cash?
Yeah, Netflix.
Well,
And
yeah,
that sucked too.
They,
50 to 100 million of
they,
the Netflix
they still
deal.
have the part of the Netflix money coming in.
I think they
with
do,
their
but they
production
haven't-
company. Yeah.
They haven't done virtually anything for him.
Whoa, he's Barack Obama.
I know he is. That's right.
Oh yeah. So you're
That's
telling
right.
us, Jeffy, that you've turned on Netflix specifically because
The
Obamas-
Obama-produced show is on now. It just dropped.
Yeah, the daughter works there too now. I think.
Oh, cool.
At Netflix?
Yeah, I think so.
Huh. Are either of their daughters married? I haven't been
No.
following as closely as I
No.
probably should
Yeah,
be.
something with the chef fell through from what I hear.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah, you don't propose to people much after you've been given cement over shoes and dropped in a
Right. Not your first
I will
priority.
in a body of water.
I will say the marriage has seemed more and more on the rocks since that accident.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, they've had trouble the whole time, and she's talked about
Yeah,
that pretty openly
yeah.
as well. In fact, her words were, "I hated him for 10 years." My gosh.
And then we got
And
to the
he was-
White House, and he proved worth it.
And he was even saying that he's still trying to
make up for it.
make up for the White House years. Well,
Okay.
yeah, I mean she was treated like a queen. Oh hell,
Yeah. Well, and he was treated like a king.
yeah,
So I don't know why that. I mean, I know it's a time-consuming
Right, and
position
he
and
went
all
around,
of that, but how many times have we heard couples growing apart in the White House? I don't know that I've ever heard that, except for the Obamas.
yeah.
Meanwhile, more and more information is coming out about Maryland man, which I appreciate. I want to hear all the details on why this guy is where he is. None of it's good for him. But El Salvador President Bukele posted some pictures of Garcia meeting with Senator Chris Van Hollen the other. So he did meet with him?
Apparently so.
Yeah.
I thought he wasn't able to.
That's
He wasn't
what we
able to
heard.
get into the prison. They said that he was looking like he was driving away, got a phone call, got stopped by the police, and then they hooked him up with some kind of get-together luncheon.
What?
I know, man.
That's
It's a strange-
I know. I don't know that
It's the opposite of what we were told.
I don't know that I believe it. The first time I saw it yesterday, I was like, that can't be real. But apparently it is.
Yeah, and we had more
Wow.
information come out about Garcia. You said none of it good. Yeah, I mean, this guy was pulled over in Tennessee back in, I don't know when it was, 2022, I think. And it was a 2-hour traffic stop. He had 7 other people in the vehicle. He didn't have a driver's license, but after a phone call to the Biden FBI, they were told
They
to
let him
let them go. Even though he was on a terror watch list, this Garcia fella.
Yeah.
But he wasn't on a deportation list.
Jeez.
So back into the wilds you go.
That is crazy.
It sure is. Sure is.
Things get curiouser and curiouser.
They do.
Every day, don't they? Wow. Let me take a minute and tell you about Fast Growing Trees. Did you know that it is the largest online nursery in the U.S. with over 2 million customers? And they've got everything. Fruit trees, privacy trees, flowering shrubs, even indoor plants, all tailored to your climate and the space that you have available. So I ordered straight from their site. My plant showed up in the front door, the tree just a few days later. Healthy, thriving, ready to go. So if you are tired of spending your weekend running around to the big box stores, you're looking for something at Home Depot or Lowe's or some specialty tree place, don't do it. You don't even have to leave home. They won't leave you hanging. Plant experts are on call to help you choose all the right trees and teach you how to take care of them.
I almost said I saw a lady staring at plants outside of Costco yesterday afternoon. And
Don't do it.
And she's just standing there staring at these plants outside of Costco. I'm like, don't.
No.
Don't.
No. You could have told her about Fast Growing Trees Alive and Thrive guarantee. That would have been really nice of you, but of course.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because I thought you were just alluding to the fact that you really didn't.
Well,
so, my mistake.
Don't bog me down with facts.
But this spring, they're offering up to half off select plants, and you'll get 15% off your first purchase just for listening. Go to fastgrowingtrees.com, promo code PAT at checkout. That's fastgrowingtrees.com with the promo code PAT. Now's the perfect time to plant and to save today.
Pat Gray is Unleashed.
CNN had some fresh poll numbers on President Trump and his immigration policy. Is this the same guy going over
Same
it?
guy. I can't remember his name ever, but
I can't either. But
he loves his job.
here he is. And it sounded a little something
Like
Clip
this.
6.
Deport all undocumented immigrants. Voters favoring the government trying to
Look
deport
at that change.
all 11 million of them. Back in 2016, just 38% of voters wanted the government to try to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. Compared to where we are in 2025, 56% the majority. The American people have come a long way on this issue.
Get out.
Much closer to Donald Trump, and I think that's a big part of the reason why Americans are increasingly saying the country is on the right track when it comes to immigration policy, and why Donald Trump's net approval rating on that issue is in the positive.
Nice. Nice.
I love the way he delivers it all, too.
I
Like
know.
it's the greatest thing that's ever
I
happened.
know.
That has to piss off viewers at CNN, though, because that's not what they expect.
Well, it doesn't look like the host is very happy, but I
No,
will say
they
that
never
CNN has given an upgrade to the host that he's working with.
What?
In what way?
She looks a lot better than the other hosts.
Okay. What a surprise. You're talking about only
Because she didn't speak in that clip, but I'm sure she's a lot smarter as well.
Okay.
Only the best observations from one Jeff Fisher.
Yeah, the 56% thing. That's cute. What's she looking like?
Speaking of polls, they have got. Okay. Wow.
I mean, I wasn't necessarily thinking about
Now-
little business.
Little business.
But, okay.
Now I wish I hadn't started the sentence with speaking of polls. But anyway, AOC continues to be the front runner for the 2028 Democratic primary. Among Democrats, her favorability rating, that favorability is plus 60 with Democrats.
How is that possible?
Yeah, I mean,
I know.
other ones on the list are Josh Shapiro, Cory Booker, Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer.
Listen to that
Any
list
those.
of losers.
I know. Go for it. Go for it, y'all.
Wow. Okay. AOC. Gavin Newsom was number two.
It was Josh Shapiro. Cory
Shapiro.
Booker.
Go, Cory.
Hell.
Oh.
Gavin Newsom, Gretchen Whitmer.
Oh, my.
Wow.
That's your top 5 right now for
That's
Democrats.
really bad. And what
Okay.
was the top percentage from AOC, did it say?
It just said plus 60 favorability with Democrats. It doesn't have numbers.
Wow.
She's the focus of the story. It just lists those. Doesn't have their numbers.
Either you're not paying attention or you have no intelligence. You got about half the intelligence of a bathroom bowl brush. if
Even if you wanted
have
to fight the oligarchy?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
If I freaking hear oligarchy one more time.
I know. So.
And Nate Silver also has a poll that shows that AOC is polling strongly against Chuck Schumer in a hypothetical 2020.
Oh, yeah. They want Chuck gone.
So she really has
Chuck's out.
Her choice here. You want to be a senator or roll the dice and going against Vance?
She wants both. She's gonna kick Chuck out, and then we'll decide on the presidency, I think, right? Because we still have time to do that.
No, the same year, same cycle.
That's not good.
Well, she's going to have to make a choice.
I think she goes for Senate.
You have to, right?
She kicks Chuck out.
I mean, obviously, a lot can happen in the next 3 years.
Was H.W. Bush the last one who served in Congress before becoming president?
Maybe. But he was like CIA, head of the CIA.
Yeah, he was head of CIA,
right?
but he was a congressman too, right? I think. If I remember correctly.
I'm going with the flow. I don't think he was, but I don't know for sure.
You don't think he was ever? Let's see.
I don't recall him being a
CIA
congressman.
and then
yeah.
VP.
Right. Okay, maybe not.
But to answer your question, who would that have been? Gosh.
Kennedy?
That's what I was almost about to say. To be president.
Yeah, he was representative of Texas's 7th Congressional District.
Look at that.
1966.
Well, there you go.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it. So, yeah, he did serve in Congress. So he's certainly the last one. I don't know who the one before that was because there's not very many.
I think the Kennedy fact may have been Senate until Obama came along. From the Senate to the presidency.
Okay.
Well, okay. But here in Texas, man, this situation from Frisco just drives me out of my mind. The family of accused murderer Karmelo Anthony, which, by the way, he's not accused, he's not alleged. By his own admission, I did it. That's what he told police when they were walking him out to the squad car. And they said, yeah, I got the alleged killer here. He said, no, I'm not alleged. I did it. And by the way, can I call this self-defense? No.
How about you call it sit down in the back of my squad car right now?
Yeah. So the father of victim Austin Metcalf showed up, and he was promptly escorted out of the press conference.
If you take a look at your screen now, what you are looking at is video of Jeff Metcalf being escorted out of the co-working space where the Next Gen Communication Network's office is by Dallas Police.
Took some guts for him to be there.
Jeff Metcalf, the gentleman who was wearing the sunglasses and the blue shirt, he's being escorted out. He's the father of Austin Metcalf, who was the teenager who was stabbed and killed in traffic 2 weeks ago. He is being asked to be escorted out of a press conference that is being held where the parents of the child who was accused of killing Metcalf's
he's told to leave. He leaves. I mean,
yeah.
But his house, the dad there, was a victim of a swatting yesterday. Jeff Metcalf's house.
Oh, really?
Got to be kidding me.
No. This is out of control, man.
Wow. He's the bad guy.
Yeah.
That's it's stunning. Just makes your head spin. And really, I think he's been super generous in all of this. He said right away that he forgave
It's like the next day.
Karmelo Anthony already. I mean, I know we're supposed to, but usually that would take a little time. You just stabbed my son in the heart. Give me a minute here before I give you complete forgiveness.
Really?
I'm gonna take a minute and hate your guts for just a little while. All right, and I'm gonna pray about it and see if I can overcome it. But he was on it immediately.
Yeah, he was.
And now you're throwing him out of press conferences. I don't know why he was there. Would have been interesting. Maybe it's just to remind everybody we're the victims here.
Yeah,
not this guy who killed my son.
Who's definitely being portrayed as the victim.
Yes, that's how they've raised so much money for him.
Yeah.
Here's Karmelo Anthony's new attorney, Dominic Alexander's response to all this.
Piece of work.
And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows
Are you kidding me?
All the character.
Oh, man. You're going
to not invited.
Assail his character.
He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family. but he did it.
Huh.
And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words.
Was it inappropriate for this family's son to stab Austin Metcalf in the heart? Was that appropriate?
I'd say it speaks to the kid's character.
Yeah, I'd say it definitely does. Yeah, more than just showing up at a press conference and being asked to leave and you leave. Yeah, somebody's got some character issues here. I don't think it's Austin Metcalf's dad. All right, let's see if we can get through this. Jeez.
Speak louder than words. Okay?
No, it's not
What
okay.
he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing.
He's completely
of hate.
He's completely avoided all of that. In the very beginning, he said, "Hey, don't make this about race. That's not what it is." And he forgave the guy. And now you're assailing him on racial grounds?
Showing up?
For showing up.
So weird.
Very weird. All right, I don't know if I can get through this, but let's try one more time.
Audio?
Mm-hmm.
We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case.
And I'm mad about it. Okay, whatever. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Dominique Alexander, the attorney there. He was arrested, the lawyer was arrested in 2019 on a felony charge of family violence after his partner accused him of trying to strangle her.
Oh, nice.
Charges later dropped. In 2009, he was arrested, he was arrested for causing serious head injuries to a 2-year-old child of his then girlfriend. He was babysitting. He told authorities that the baby fell off the couch.
That seems to speak to the character.
It does
according to a
that.
doctor, the severity of the injuries did not match up with that excuse. Alexander later confessed to shaking and hitting the baby with an object. He was sentenced. Now, he was sentenced in 2016 to 5 years in prison for violating probation multiple times, but served only 8 days due to the probation counting toward his sentence.
And so he didn't lose his license?
Right.
That's
a good point there as well.
Amazing.
So,
how is he practicing law when he's got a conviction on his hands?
Isn't that fun? Isn't that good?
No, it's not. No.
So you've got all this going on.
Wow.
And he may not be officially. Is he? I mean,
is he just the advisor?
He's the attorney.
I don't know. I don't know, but that may be the case because he's
But
part
it's still
of this.
shut up, Joe.
He's part of this Next Generation Action Network. So he may not actually be the attorney.
Okay. But
that's how it was reported yesterday.
I understand. But you're right. I was.
Oh yeah, it says right there.
I'm wondering if
Negan
that's
president or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, if he does have, were they felony charges or just probation charges? That might be.
Well, he's sentenced to 5 years.
We're looking at one thing at a time here. Hang on a second here.
Anyway, I just it's possible, I guess, that he's not technically the attorney.
Oh, spokesperson.
Yeah.
Okay, but everything I saw yesterday referred to him as an attorney. Okay. But while this is going on, there's been absolutely zero coverage whatsoever of what happened in Tucson, Arizona, while a young couple was sitting on a bus stop bench. That gentleman, the guy on the left, Jacob Couch, nearly had his head chopped off with a hatchet by the individual on the right. And Jacob is in a hospital fighting for his life. But again, we're not getting anything attention to that. No attention whatsoever. But boy, Karmelo Anthony and his family, they're selling merchandise with Carmelo's face on it.
You know what it is. Tweet tapping in. Anybody who with me, my music, you gotta with Karmelo Anthony.
All right.
Man. Just
there you go. Go get your Karmelo Anthony merch.
You gotta tap in, man.
Gotta tap me in. So, the guy who is admitted to murdering Austin Metcalf.
What a world.
What a world.
That's just despicable.
The dichotomy is incredible.
Yeah. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Coming up, we will check in the Fat Five. Is it a slender five this time, or is it the normal fatness that we
it's a normal fat five.
expect and love? Okay. A normal fat five coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-933-93. Pat Unleashed on Twitter as we check in with Jeffy and the Fat Five.
All right. It was announced yesterday, after 38 incredible years, Lee Corso retiring from ESPN's College Game
It's only
Day.
about 10 years too late.
I don't know, man.
Amen.
He's still,
15 years.
they've held his hand for quite some time.
Sure have.
But he's got one more show. They're giving him his send-off show August 30th.
Okay.
He'll be 90 years old at the time.
I mean, bless their hearts, they really did right by him.
I mean, Herb Street would never let anything bad happen to him.
None of them did, but Herb
yeah.
Street especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, if you don't know the story, he had a pretty massive stroke years ago, and it really slowed him down. And he couldn't quite ever overcome it. But they helped him, and they kept him.
Yes,
and
they
didn't
did.
fire him. They didn't move him along.
They walked him through everything,
Yeah.
helped him. Herb Street was right there, and everybody
It's really
else
something.
was right there with him.
Very
Yeah.
unusual.
I mean, he was the icon, right? I mean, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if we can play the one video, but his headgear.
Everybody
video-
says
there
to
we
me,
go.
Corso, you're stupid. You always pick the wrong team. Right here. Wrong time. You want it? You got
That's the effort.
it.
They found a way to muzzle him.
That was the.
Lee, where are you?
Down here.
Off comes the headset. Wow.
Forget about it.
And as of this moment, the live Bison mascot has been renamed
Corso.
Corso.
Yes.
The dog's back.
Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Dog is beautiful. That dog is ugly.
Wait. He's lost his voice and he's lost his mind. Oh my, you got it prop. Throw this here. You gotta go up and over. Red is dead.
Come here, doggy.
How many of his picks do you think are just based on the mascot hat he's going to wear?
Yeah.
And God bless the United States of America. That's it.
Yeah, here we go. Cougar head.
Right there.
Oh, no.
High school. I love.
Blasphemy for Pat.
I mean, classically.
Good
Corso.
times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good times.
Now, the ESPN announced that August 30th, that's the first game day, full college game day of 2025. We don't know which game they're going to pick. Odds are probably Texas, Ohio State. Because, Ohio State was his first headgear that he put on.
Oh, really?
And Arch Manning's first official start.
Oh, of
for
course
the
they're going
Longhorns.
with that, yeah.
Ohio State's, reigning national champions. Mm-hmm. Probably a good bet that's going to be the game.
Probably
a good bet that's going to be a game. Anyway, so Lee Corso, have a nice day. I mean, they've got McAfee now. They've got Coach Saban.
Right.
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
They've been very fair with it.
Yes, they have. Oh, my gosh, yeah. Coming to a country near you soon, robots are now officially allowed to walk alongside people in South Korea. Thanks to new laws, under these rules, certified robots have the same rights as pedestrians, letting them move safely on sidewalks while obeying traffic rules. Operators must get insurance for their robots, which can weigh up to 500 kilograms. Now, obviously, on this show, we don't have no idea what that is. But in real life, it's like 1,100 pounds. That's a big robot. And move as fast as 15 kilometers, which, again, we have no idea how fast that is. But in real life, it's about 10 miles an hour, I think.
Could be faster than the speed of light. Could be
an 1,100-pound robot coming at you at 10 miles an hour? I don't want that. Authorities are creating an official safety certification, and insurance options will soon become cheaper and easier to get. Will they? I'm sure they'll become easier to get. I don't know how cheap they're going to get, but that will be coming to a country near you very soon. For decades, Hostess clung on to its wholesome after-school snack image, but the 106-year-old brand, they've grown up now.
Wait,
they're tired of that.
Hostess had a wholesome image.
Yeah.
What?
School snack
It
image?
served nothing but garbage.
Them's fighting words.
Those
right
are
there.
fighting words. What are you talking about?
Hostess Twinkies and ho-hos and all that stuff.
Those
Come
are
on.
kids' snacks.
Yes, they're kid snacks, but it's not wholesome snacking.
It most certainly is. How dare you?
Okay.
How dare you?
All right.
But now, the treat makers
Pick
kicked
your
off.
battles,
They've got
Pat.
a marketing campaign. They've got they're parking a food truck in front of dispensaries and handing out free goodies. So the Munchie Mobile is dispensing snack cakes and Twinkies in various stops along the East Coast through this infamous week. This is 420 week. Easter is 420 this year. So we got a dual
And that
celebration.
means- oh, no, don't do that on Easter. Seriously, they're trying to make this a marijuana thing?
It is every year, 420.
On Easter?
Well, it just happens that Easter falls on the day.
Okay, that's just sacrilege. But don't let that get in the way of a good ho-ho or Twinkie.
And a little fire up a little.
Yeah. No.
Chewable. I will free ho-hos from the Munchie Mobile. I'm in. I'm in. So.
Okay.
Be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcasts. Chewing the Fat. Rate and review where you can. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Thank you. I see where the Supreme Court has agreed to hear arguments in May on whether to lift the nationwide pause on the Trump's administration's executive order to end the practice of birthright citizenship. So,
finally,
yeah, we'll see if that works out. All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not in the Constitution. Nowhere does it say that illegal aliens are just automatic citizens if they give birth here. If you're born here to illegals, that doesn't mean you're just automatically a citizen for life.
And the ruling on that came in like the 1800s or something with a Chinese guy that left and came back, and they said, yeah, okay, it's fine. So,
okay.
I mean, that was the original ruling. So Time Magazine released their 100 most influential people of 2025. Yeah, I guess they're still a thing. They broke it down under 6 categories: artists, icons, leaders, titans, pioneers, and innovators. And I went through, and some of the highlights that I found interesting under artists: Ed Sheeran, Scarlett Johansson, Kristen Bell, and then Demi Moore was under icons, Jalen Hurts, Adrian Brody, David Muir under icons. Okay. Leaders, Keir Starmer and Claudia Sheinbaum. Hello, UK and Mexico, the new female leader. Of course, Donald Trump and Elon Musk as on the list. Howard Lutnick and J.D. Vance are under the leaders category. And, of course, Megyn Kelly makes the list under the leaders category, along with Keith's boy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And then a couple more under leaders: Javier Milei and Ahmed al-Shara, who is the new leader of Syria. Of course, his group is internationally known as a terrorist group, but he's in charge of Syria now, so he took it over, and he's on the leader group in Time Magazine. And then Titans, we have Serena Williams and Blake Lively. Okay, it was great. I mean, Blake needs the good press these days, so good for her. That's still, stop, Blake. It's embarrassing how you're looking at me too. But he's even in that picture. Lauren Michaels and Simone Biles are under the Titans. Joe Rogan and Mark Zuckerberg, of course, on there. Under pioneers, Dennis Hassabis makes the list. He's his work at DeepMind. Most notably, the development of the AlphaFold earned him a share of the 2024 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. He's already accelerating discoveries across biology and medicine, so he definitely makes the pioneers list. Of course, we have Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier. They are the founders of the 3-on-3 Professional Basketball League, launched in January, the Women's 3-on-3 Professional Basketball League. And, of course, they're continuing their to shine in the WNBA, so they have to be underneath pioneers. Innovators, Snoop Dogg, Nikki Glaser. Okay, sure, you got it. She's a comedian, funny, got it. She became famous doing roasts, and she's funny, but Okay, she's an innovator, I guess. No Caitlin Clark. No Pat McAfee. No Jeff Bezos. He's got to be pissed. For sure. And I failed to mention one under pioneers that is I think she's my favorite because she's so evil. Julie Burkhart. She's an evil pioneer. Burkhart, and this is Time Magazine's writing of her. Julie Burkhart has been fighting for decades to provide abortions in some of the most rural and conservative areas of the U.S. after Wyoming banned abortion in 2022. She joined other advocates to challenge the ban and opened Wellspring Health Access, the state's only full-service abortion clinic. In 2024, a judge ruled in Wellspring's favor, declaring near-total ban unconstitutional, but then the government signed new legislation requiring abortion clinics to be licensed, and, well, Wellspring stopped providing abortions. And the clinic still is open, taking phone calls and talking to patients, even if it can't provide abortion services. And she goes on to talk about how she has now started a new Hope Clinic in Illinois, which has seen a 700% increase in out-of-state patients since abortion restrictions went into effect in neighboring states. She's devoted to making sure patients get an abortion care no matter where they live.
Well, she's devoted to killing babies.
That's
exactly
what she is.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's really just unbelievable to me. And those, there's 72 others on the Time 100, but those are my favorites from the Time 100. The others are just, congratulations.
All right. Yep. All right. One thing conservatives can believe in is self-reliance. That includes taking care of your health, of course. But when your sleep is off, doesn't that make you feel like a zombie all day long? When you toss and turn all night long and you wake up groggy and dragging through your morning, you're just completely wiped out the whole day. You need, like I discovered, Dream by Beam. It changes everything. Beam is an American-made, hard-working people, same values product, and their Dream powder is packed with science-backed ingredients like reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, apigenin, and melatonin. So no grogginess, just natural, real, deep, restful sleep. Tastes great. It is delicious. It's only 15 calories and sugar-free. So you don't have to feel guilty when you're drinking it at night, even though it tastes really good. And I'm not the only one who thinks so. Beam has already helped improve over 17.5 million nights of sleep. So here's the deal. Beam is giving you, my listeners and viewers, the ultimate Patriot discount of 40% off. You can try their best-selling Dream Powder. You can get up to 40% off right now for a limited time. Go to shopbeam.com/Pat. Use the promo code Pat at checkout. That's shop, B-E-A-M, shopbeam.com/Pat. Promo code Pat. Support an American company. Invest in yourself and start getting your best sleep tonight.
Now, more of Pat Gray Unleashed.
And more of Chewing the Fat with Jeffy.
We can do one more story that's, I didn't make it to my Fat Five, but it made it to my I'm ticked off this morning about this story. So this guy, 14 years old in 1976, is part of an oceanography class, and they put a message in a bottle and throw it in the ocean. They give it to the Coast Guard. Coast Guard throws it in the ocean. And so they just found it. Right, and these guys just found it in the Bahamas, and the brothers are really cool. They found this bottle, had a message in it from this 14-year-old kid in Massachusetts, and they were hoping to get a hold of him. Well, a news reporter in Massachusetts gets a hold of the guy.
Nice.
And they go to him and do the interview, and he's like, it's really exciting, and, I can't believe that. I know I don't remember what was written. I really was fond memories of the oceanography class. What? Are you kidding me? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Who does?
If you do a message in a bottle, you're going to remember.
You're going to remember. Come on now. In 1976, you're 14 years old. Unless the message is saying, am I the only one that likes dead people? I mean, he doesn't want people to know. I don't know. I don't know what his deal is, but stop being miserable. The rest of us want to be a little happy now and then. We found your message in a bottle. Oh, I don't know what was in it.
Yeah, he was very subdued in that clip.
I have fond memories of the oceanography class. Do you? Do you have fond memories of an oceanography class?
You wanted some excitement.
But you don't remember the message in a bottle? Come on now. Stop it. It just agonized me. I can't believe it. This guy. Be miserable someplace else. I'm done.
Okay. Jeffy wanting somebody to be...
I wanted to be excited. It was a message in a bottle.
I mean,
76, it was found in the Bahamas, and with the Coast Guard threw it in the ocean.
Yep.
And, now they found it.
Yeah, my class in first grade released a bunch of balloons, and only one, we got word back. My buddy's balloon ended up surfer in Savannah. It was let go in Atlanta. And in Savannah, it was found by a surfer, and that was really cool. I don't know where mine is. I never heard back, but I remember releasing it.
It wound up on my block in Helena, but I couldn't retrieve it because of the gunfire. But I did see it. I did.
No, that wasn't mine. Mine got tangled up in the electrical line down at the 7-Eleven down the street from my school.
Okay, it must have been one of your classmates.
Yeah.
But did you see yesterday that they released the fact that they found the most promising sign of life on another planet yet?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's kind of cool. It's 124 light years away on a planet named K2-18b.
Makes you want to get right there.
Doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. So the Webb Space Telescope observed a tentative hint of two traces of gases. Two different gases that apparently only, at least on Earth, only come from life.
Because of life, yeah.
Dimethyl sulfide and dimethyl disulfide on Earth it can only be created, I guess, by living organisms,
or life,
mainly marine microbes like phytoplankton or algae.
So, though, that would could lead one to believe that there's life there,
right? But I don't know about you, but when I think of life on another planet,
if
it turns out to be algae or phytoplankton, that will not excite me.
Look, if you believe in evolution, we just have to train that telescope on that planet for another 20 billion years or whatever it is.
Right. I'm thinking when you find life, let us know when it's intelligent. When somebody's standing there on two legs, okay?
Somebody's waving at the telescope.
Hi, I'm here.
Look at that. There goes a telescope. Hey.
No more of these stories until someone's waving back.
Hey, I sent you that message in a bottle through space about
Thank you.
2.3 million years ago. Did you get it?
You got it?
Did you get it yet?
I don't remember.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
With a few tweets, Gen X Kid tweets, color me shocked that Jeffy is all in for any kind of ho. Ho. See, the host is Twinkie ho.
Yeah, I got it.
Unrepentant thought criminal. Twinkie truck outside of a pot dispensary. Capitalism, baby.
And no doubt about it. Thank you.
Yeah, that would probably sell pretty well. Fact is.
And they're giving them away. The Munchie Mobile is giving them away.
Incredible. For free. Unbelievable. Doritos should try that. Be a big, isn't that a big thing when you're smoking certain things?
Sure you can.
Yeah, sure you can.
Why are you asking Jeffy? Of all the people.
So we got more gifts. From Pathead Kenneth Springer.
He first of all, he loaded us up with the shirts. See the frog on the back?
Oh yeah.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yes.
So he sent us matching flags. I don't know. He's got a theme here. So if you want
do I?
Both frog, big frog.
Oh, okay.
And then so we got 4 of these. I don't know who the 4th one is for. I mean, Chris isn't here, so we'll just divvy this up among. We'll find someone. He also sent us T-shirts. Another T-shirt. This is "You Missed Me." Trump missed me twice. And then so there's a Donald
cool.
Trump shirt. Yeah.
That's good.
So these are all extra large. Here's an extra large for you. I'll take this. And then here's a 5XL. Probably you, Jeffy. And then lastly,
why is that mine?
5X. It's a circus tent, for the love of heaven.
Just deducing.
Let me see. Oh, pull it.
It's not a circus.
Hold it up. It's a circus tent. is what it is.
Kenneth, these are great gifts, man. Thank you so much.
Look how big that thing is.
Oh, my goodness.
I might be able to squeeze into that.
Okay, and then also, he's the one that sent me this Space Force hat that is so awesome. Oh, I didn't. And here's one for each of you.
Cool.
See
Thank
that?
you. Yeah, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I was all
Ken.
ready to
And
complain
again,
about not getting a hat.
I know. That's why I quickly threw them out. Yeah. And since Chris, again, not here, I assume these are for anyone to take.
Yeah. So just come on in. Lance, you want some
Want a Space Force hat? You want a shirt, a flag?
some stuff? I mean, if the guy doesn't care enough to show up for
Thank you.
You know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
Oh, I've got a temperature of 104. Let me know when it's 114. All right?
I think that's
124, something like that.
I think that's exactly what you wrote in the email. Almost verbatim. So, hopefully Chris will be feeling better to get back in here next week.
Yeah. The Trump administration been a little busy, as you may or may not know. Cooper mines are set to open in Arizona in conjunction with Native American tribes. And small business loan approvals have surged. Get this, by 74%.
Wow.
Already. And the Secretary of Energy is in Qatar right now. I refuse to call that nation gutter.
Thank you.
Whatever the dumb name is.
Thank you. I appreciate that more than you know.
Qatar. It was Qatar when I was a zygote. It's still Qatar to me.
I appreciate that. And then what's that country down in South America? It's the skinny one.
Argentina?
No, the real. I'm sorry. What was
Chile.
it? What is it?
Chile.
Thank you, Pat.
Chile.
Thank you for pronouncing that correctly.
Yeah, you're welcome. And it's not Copenhagen. It's Copenhagen. Okay.
You know what? And I think we bring back the capital of Ukraine too.
Kiev. I refuse to call
let's stop with the Kiev.
I don't care if that's how the Russians. So what?
I don't care. The Russians got something right.
It's the one thing they got right.
Kiev.
It's Kiev. Kiev. No. No, I'm sorry. Like all of a sudden, after saying the word Paris my whole life, I'm going to start saying Paris.
Paris.
Paris. No! I'm going to pronounce it the American way. Okay? If you don't like it, tough.
It's guitar. That's what it is.
It's Qatar. It's not gutter. It's not guitar. It's Qatar. Okay? All right. Meanwhile, the new head of the FDA, Marty Makary, was on with Megyn Kelly yesterday, and he had this to say about the connections between Big Pharma and the federal government.
Well, we have to do two things. Number one is we have to partner with industry and pharma to facilitate the process, to make it user-friendly and expeditious. We shouldn't be in a receive-only mode. We want American pharma companies to do well and companies that do business in the United States to do well. But the scientific evaluation needs to be independent. And that's why today we're announcing we are removing industry members, pharma members from FDA advisory committees. I was shocked when I learned that employees of big pharma companies sit on FDA advisory committees as members of those committees.
That's interesting, isn't it?
We're going to be replacing them whenever statutorily possible with patients and family caregivers. We are going to be inviting pharma companies to send representatives to the advisory committees, but they can sit with the rest of the public and watch and pose questions as the rest of the American public can.
Absolutely.
You can sit in the gallery with the public.
So as it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they should be monitoring what's being talked about their product. Absolutely.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be deciding.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's exactly why we got all of these emergency authorization use vaccines for COVID, for example. Because you had people from Big Pharma being like, yep, looks good to me. Roll up your sleeves, y'all.
Nope. Not going to do it. Still haven't done it to this day. Jeffy has, though. That's why he's so very healthy.
I did.
You might notice that he glows with a health that is very unusual for a man of his age.
What is your problem?
You. Pretty much. But you remember the minerals deal the U.S. and Ukraine were set to sign back in February? Remember that? Until Zelensky got himself kicked out of the White House.
Yeah. Walked off in a little huff.
And everybody was pissed off. And now, apparently, that deal is expected to be signed next week.
Yeah, they just signed the preliminary papers today, I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he was still whining and stomping his feet.
April 26th, I think, is going to be the final signatures.
Okay. And it's the 18th right now. So, okay. 8 days from now. So a week from Saturday, it's going to be...
Okay.
That's what the story I read this morning said. Yeah.
All right. But as for ending the war between Ukraine and Russia, this was Secretary of State Marco Rubio just a couple of hours ago, speaking to reporters on a tarmac in Paris.
Well, I'm not going to tell you what the framework says, because when you start negotiating these things through the media and so forth, they fall apart. And it's a broad framework. It's a framework that gets us into a position to see, look, there are going to be differences. There's no one saying this can be done in 12 hours, but we want to see how far apart it is and whether those differences can even be narrowed, if it's even possible to get movement within the period of time we have in mind. And so we've talked about outlines with both sides. I thought we had positive meetings yesterday. Obviously, the Ukrainians have to go back home. They have to run it by their president. They have to take into account their views on all of this, and we hope to hear back from them very soon. But we need to figure out here now, within a matter of days, whether this is doable in the short term. Because if it's not, then I think we're just going to move on.
Oh,
holy cow!
Then you're on your own, Ukraine.
Then I think we're just going to move on.
That
should send chills down their spine.
You aren't lying.
Without us, they're done.
Yeah,
and everybody knows it.
Yeah.
I think Marco would have made a decent president, but boy, is he in his wheelhouse as Secretary of State.
He's great.
That's
for
great stuff, man.
It's been great. This is just a great administration.
Plus, if Zelensky says no to this,
I know we're just gonna
good luck.
That means that we're gonna plant our flag in Greenland. Have a nice day.
Definitely
have a nice day.
You are definitely also going to be calling their capital city Kiev.
That's for sure.
Man. And speaking of Russia and Ukraine, investigative reporter John Sullivan was on with Steve Bannon yesterday and broke some interesting news.
John, you've got a big breaking story, sir. What do you got for us this morning?
Yeah, listen, so new documents that we obtained first through a lawsuit and then through James Comer's subcommittee, because our lawsuit documents were highly redacted. James Comer was able to get the unredacted version. They show that Joe Biden, while publicly in 2014 vowing to punish Russia for its first invasion of Ukraine, actually secretly worked behind the scenes to open a backdoor so that Moscow's oil and gas could go into Ukraine after the invasion of Ukraine. Think about that. They're out there in public saying, sanction them, punish them. They're terrible guys. But behind the scenes, they actually were arranging for Russian gas to flow back into Ukraine right after the invasion. Now, there's a couple of reasons for it. Perhaps the most significant reason is that the company, Burisma, the one that Hunter Biden worked for, did not have enough gas supply to heat the country in the upcoming winter of 2014-2015. So Joe Biden goes to bat, and it actually is very beneficial to his son in Burisma. These documents were all conducted, all these negotiations, these secret negotiations, on Joe Biden's private pseudonym email account. Think about that. He's negotiating with Russia. He's talking to Germany, and the documents are kept off the official books. They're on his private email, probably because they were beneficial to Hunter Biden's company. But those documents just broke. The story's up at Just the News, and it's another example of Democrats being against Russia until, well, they're for it. We saw it with Bill Clinton in the $500,000 speech.
True,
we saw it with Skokovo, and now we see it again, and a decade too late, perhaps. We're now seeing, once again, Democrats on both sides of the Russia equation.
What do you want to bet? We haven't even scratched. That doesn't even scratch the surface.
100%.
When we find out the truth about what the Biden administration has been doing, and before him, Obama, it's going to be... and
Biden was doing it under Obama.
Yes.
He's been doing...
Yeah, he was. The way they've enriched themselves, the Burisma thing keeps popping up. I mean, we have no idea how far the tentacles of this scandal extend.
No. And it's worse than just the corruption. It's the fact that the left tried to turn this on Trump. and say, oh, look at you trying to
Yeah.
influence elections.
Yes.
If anyone's trying to influence anything in Ukraine, it was the Biden family and Joe Biden himself at the tip of the spear, threatening to withhold money if you didn't do exactly what they wanted in your government. Oh, my gosh. You're right, Pat. It's just
Yeah,
we're
I mean, he
barely
bragged
even
about that.
scratching the surface.
Yep. This is going to be a scandal of enormous proportion.
There will be no justice, because if there had been justice, it would have already occurred by now.
Yeah.
The man would have never been president.
Well, there was a reason he pardoned everybody.
Exactly.
Dating back to 2014 and going forward. Oh, okay. You just gave an eternal pardon. Congratulations.
Because
that's never been done before.
For Hunter, 2014 was big because that's when he started with Burisma, if I recall. And for Fauci, 2014 is big because that's when he started defying the Obama administration's ban on gain of function. I mean, 2014. Yeah. What a fun year that was,
What a fun
Smoking
year.
crack and drinking vodka exclusively.
Exclusively.
And
times.
stealing money. So not
Good
completely
times.
exclusively, because there was also a lot of money theft.
That just goes without
But
saying.
Don't worry about
Yeah.
that. We don't even care about that. It was only millions. It wasn't trillions. So
that we know of.
That we know of. Maybe it was trillions.
It may have been.
Also, yesterday we played the clip of Michael Castios, the Trump administration science guy, and he said something very interesting.
Yeah.
We seem to have lost focus and vision, to have lowered our sights and let systems and structures and bureaucracies muddle us along. But we are capable of so much more. Our technologies permit us to manipulate time and space. They leave distance
I love that.
annihilated.
Okay.
Cause things to grow and improve productivity.
They leave
Manipulate time and space.
And they leave distance annihilated. It doesn't matter. Distance doesn't matter.
That's right.
But
that is a big part of that.
And then
then you think about MH370 and you think, I wonder if that if that theory's the teleportation theory. I wonder if that has any credence at all.
Oh, you're really going to be thinking that after this next clip.
There was another interesting comment from that same gathering.
Yeah, this was some kind of energy summit or something, right?
Lieutenant General Steve Quast discussed technology.
Energy, the seed corn of all development, all growth, all survival.
Oh, this is
survival.
Hillsdale.
Energy. So energy, transportation, information, and manufacturing.
Yes.
These are the things that change humanity, that will change world power, and they are descending upon us in ways that are very unique. The technology is on the engineering benches today, but most Americans and most in Congress have not had time to really look deeply at what's going on here.
Oh, boy.
But I've had the benefit of 33 years of studying and becoming friends with these engineers and these scientists. This technology can be built today with technology that is not developmental to deliver any human being from any place on planet Earth to any other place in less than an hour.
What?
To deliver Wi-Fi from space, where you never need a cell tower to connect. To deliver energy from space, where you never have to plug your phone in, and it trickle charges.
What?
And you can use that energy over time. It can be applied to cars, to houses.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I like that.
So it's not, if it's less than an hour, I guess
that
that's
sounds
not
like
teleportation, but it's something
No.
fast.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's things that we have no idea about. There are things that they've worked on and even apparently developed, because he said it's available now.
Right.
This was an
an
years
event
from
at
now.
Hillsdale College.
Yeah,
the guy the space guy from the United States, that was at a Endless Frontiers retreat.
Okay.
The White House Office of Science and Technology Policy.
Does it feel
Director.
like something's about to pop?
It sure does.
Feels like this is going to become highly
Yeah, it does.
available information.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? It might be, a faster plane. Okay, great.
Yeah, maybe it's a buildup like that Dean Kamen film back in the 90s.
no, you gotta let
It's going to
that
be a
go.
Segway. It's going to be a scooter, a motorized
You know what?
scooter that doesn't tip over. Maybe that's what the
we should
transportation is going to be.
We should condition our brains
Yes.
to think that. It's not going to
We
be
should,
anything.
because that's what it usually turns out to be.
Well, and then if it
and then
doesn't-
when something
Yes,
really
yes.
earth-shattering happens, like the iPhone, We don't even, it's no big deal. Hey, Apple's got a new thing coming out.
I mean, we found life on another planet. It's not somebody waving at us, so we don't care.
Well, that I don't care about. Serious. Do you care if there's algae on another planet?
I do not.
So what?
I do not. I don't care unless someone is waving or I see help written out on the earth on the planet.
While you're looking through your telescope, they're looking through one at you. That's what I want to see.
Then we're good.
Then we're good. All right. Mark your calendars for Friday, May 2nd, and get ready for a premiere night at the legendary 3rd and Lindsley. It's a one-of-a-kind evening curated for Nashville's leading conservatives. Don't miss your chance to be part of this unforgettable night of insight, connection, and entertainment for America's men. The night kicks off with the razor-sharp wit and hilarious storytelling of stand-up comedian Steve Byrne, guaranteed to have the room buzzing. Then you can enjoy a powerhouse performance from country music star Randy Houser, bringing his chart-topping hits and signature sound to the stage. For the main event, prepare for an exclusive, thought-provoking conversation with two of the most influential voices in conservative media, Jason Whitlock and Tucker Carlson, as they dive into the issues shaping our country and our culture. With limited floor seating available, this VIP evening is a rare opportunity to experience top-tier entertainment and connect with like-minded leaders, all in the heart of Nashville. So get your tickets right now. They won't last long.
Pat Gray Unleashed. Saying what you're thinking returns after this.
Oh, I was telling you about the big Jason Whitlock event that's coming up Friday, May 2nd.
Yeah, and I went to go get tickets, and I didn't know where.
Yeah. Let me tell you where, okay? Go get your tickets at fearlessrecall.com.
Oh, okay.
Fearlessrecall.com.
All right.
That's where you get your tickets.
Thank you.
So get off my back, all right? Now you know. Go get them. What are you doing sitting here? Go get your tickets.
I'm busy. I got busy trying out my new Space Force hat.
Oh,
I like it. Came to us this morning. I like it.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Space Force hat.
Such great gifts, man.
Yeah, it's a very cool hat. And Space Force is just a cool agency.
Sure it is.
You know, even if they're not doing anything for real.
Whoa.
They're in Greenland, right?
I know they are, but it's just a cool agency.
Yeah, they're our first military force going to be taking Greenland. Put the flag in the ground.
Yeah, that talk about Greenland it sure has cooled off.
That's because
hasn't it though?
Well,
they don't want us.
Yeah,
I don't. It doesn't matter. We're planting the flag. I don't know why it's so difficult to understand.
According to President Trump,
you're ours.
It doesn't matter.
Thank you.
Make us leave.
Right.
Got some tweets here. Hee Haw the Viking tweets, I wasn't prepared for the level of anger-inducing stories this morning as I woke up. First, the abortion lady. Then the message in the bottle guy.
I've been worried about the message guy for all morning.
That is under Jeffy's skin.
These two have been fighting about the message in the bottle guy for 2 hours now.
About it. No, because I don't know. Did he not know that he what he wrote, or he just didn't remember putting it in the bottle?
He didn't remember writing the letter.
Yeah, that would piss me off too.
Yes.
Everybody remembers putting stuff in the
Absolutely.
ocean or the balloon.
But he has fond memories of the oceanography class. Shut up.
I mean, when you put the message in a bottle, you're saying to yourself, I hope that someone gets I hope that someone gets
Thank you. That's what you're saying.
Message in a bottle. Yeah.
And maybe it was an SOS. Who knows?
Oh, gosh, that song has been in my...
Yeah, he was sending out an SOS to you. So, I don't know. Guy's obviously a moron. High Plains Stranger tweets, if you can see gas from 100 light years away, it must be a planet of Jeffies. See what they... He's saying there?
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
You don't?
I don't.
No, because it just all it means is that they see the light emanating and they can tell from the frequency of the light what sort of gas it is. Is that what you're saying? That's what Jeffy seems to be saying.
That's what they're saying.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. We got there.
Yeah. That's all.
Look at that. I mean, he's on the wall.
Yeah, right.
It's right there.
That's right. Right there. Giblets tweets, Kiev, Chile. Okay, now do Manawa Niarawa. Manawa Niarawa.
I mean, that's how you officially say it.
It is. Yes, it is. And that one I'm willing to do because that's.
I mean, news reports from around the world always break into that.
Manawa Niarawa.
Tonight, we're looking at a flash flood in
17 people were murdered in Manawa Niarawa.
Every time.
Just the overemphasis when you get to the word that could be said in a Spanish accent.
Look at me, I'm multicultural.
Right.
You aren't, gringo.
I'm saying it like they would say it.
Yes.
Even though I'm not there, I'm here. Ridiculous. It's just insanity. All right. 888-900-3393. I got to tell you about, let's see, the TV news race. I found this fascinating. Because usually they just rate the cable news channels, but they rated everybody this time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So 60 Minutes was number one for the week at 9.6 million. Do you remember the number 60 Minutes used to have? It was like 20, 30 million people.
Yeah, they had NFL numbers.
Now it's 9.6. And then, of course, ABC's Muir, 7.4 million. He's over a million ahead of Lester Holt. I'm sorry.
Those numbers
Jeff.
are incorrect.
Mr. Influential.
Those
That's
numbers
6
are incorrect.
million. And at number 4, Fox's The Five, 3.9 million, almost 4 million. Followed by the CBS Evening News. How the mighty have fallen. My gosh, from Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather to 3.7 million people watching that.
That's with what's-her-face, too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, is that the...
Nora O'Donnell?
Yeah.
Didn't she just get dropped from that?
Sure.
And they got somebody else now, I think.
Connie Chung.
But Connie... Yes, it's Connie Chung.
That's what it started.
Let's give her another chance.
Still alive? This is Pat Gray, Unleashed.
I'd like to tell you a story, son.
If it's not about a king, then I'm not interested.
It just so happens that this story is about the King of Kings.
Huh?
Our story begins 2,000 years ago in the little town of Bethlehem.
For unto you is born this day a Savior, which is Christ the Lord.
So, what did they do?
Well, let's see.
To raise Lazarus from the dead. No one will ever follow him again. I mean, unless Lazarus just walks out of the...
Have faith in me and you will be saved.
Welcome. Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. RFK says we know environmental toxins are causing autism. Now, we heard earlier this week that, was it this week or last week, when he announced that in September we're going to know for sure, but apparently we already do.
Well, he announced it originally last week. I think at the White House
staff meeting, right?
Yep. And then he gave a speech this week, and he says we're going to have, all these studies and stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
We'll know by September. I don't know how he knows that we're going to know by September, but yeah.
Surprising this is not. Yes. Yes. No. No. Yes. No. Yes. So we've gone from 1 in 10,000 back in the 60s to 1 in 31 now.
Correct.
Yeah, I would say something's wrong.
On the autism.
Whether it's environmental or whether it's food, maybe it's additives, I don't know. Something
right?
has changed diet-wise or environmentally, because this is not a natural process. You don't go from 1 in 10,000 to 1 in 31 just because our bodies, changed in the last 50 years? It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. So he specifically cited mold, pesticides, other food chemicals, and medicines as potential toxins contributing to the epidemic.
Did he mention specifically
medicine?
Blue dye 347 that we use in food as food additives?
Yes, it could be that.
Because I remember sitting on my grandfather's lap for hours, and he would say,
"Really,
it's that damn blue dye 347."
Oh, is that what he said? Even back then,
he was so pissed back then.
Wow,
yeah. Blue dye 347. I'm like,
was that like the first dye they ever started to use?
He was ahead of the curve. What year was
way
this?
Ahead of the curve.
I was too young to understand.
Okay, but you were born in 1822.
I wish you could have challenged him on that, because Grandpa, I don't think so. No, that doesn't seem reasonable to me. You know what I think it is? I think it's vaccines, Grandpa. No, Sonny, it's not.
Where are you getting that, whippersnapper?
There's no evidence whatsoever that this is coming from vaccines. We tested the mercury and took it out of there, and it's still happening. But he said this is a preventable disease. We know it's environmental exposure. It has to be. Genes do not cause epidemics. Right. It can provide a vulnerability, but you need an environmental toxin. We're going to announce a series of new studies to identify precisely what the environmental toxins are that are causing it. Man, it's about time. Why haven't they looked into this before now?
Well, I'm sure that the food manufacturers and the health industry sits on the
pharmaceuticals
sits on the board and says, "No, we don't need to look at it."
I'm sure that's probably true. But Kennedy said this has not been done before, and we're going to do it in a thorough and comprehensive way, and we're going to get back with an answer to the American people very, very quickly. I love that. I hope it's just as quick as the Epstein files situation.
Oh, boy.
Because we're on it. We're on it.
They're on that.
Yes, they are.
So
we've got that going.
Don't screw around with them. They'll expose it all.
And nobody asks about it even anymore. It was
No,
like, we're done. We're just done with it. Right?
We're done,
Okay. All right, we've just moved on. Okay.
Move along. Nothing to see here. Move along. And that's what we're doing.
You got it.
So he, let's see. We also, Dr. Walter Zarodny, an associate professor at Rutgers, New Jersey Medical School, said, I would urge everyone to consider the likelihood that autism, whether we call it an epidemic, a tsunami, or a surge of autism, is a real thing that we don't understand, and it must be triggered or caused by environmental or risk factors.
Has to, right? I mean, that's common sense.
We need to address this question seriously, because in my opinion, for the last 20 years, we've collected data but not made real progress in understanding what causes autism or how to effectively prevent it or treat it effectively. And that's despicable that they haven't done that yet. That they see this trend. They know there's an epidemic. They know there's a massive problem, and they do nothing about it. Despicable. So mothers with autistic kids and fathers with autistic kids are left to do the research on their own and try to figure out what happened and what can I do about this. And is there anything that can reverse this process or make it less damaging to my kids? And they're getting no help.
No help
whatsoever.
And they're stumbling and trying to find a way to help their children. Some work, some don't. So it's very, very strange.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a difficult thing. I'm glad I did not have to go through that. I'll tell you that.
Me too. Also, did you guys see that the Olivias, as I like to call them, Olivia Munn,
the Olivias,
and Olivia Wilde, actually had the giblets to mock the all-female space flight?
I loved it.
How dare they?
That's exactly right. How dare they?
In fact, I think this is what Gayle King was responding to
she
the
was
other
pissed.
day.
Yeah.
She was really
pissed. Yeah.
And it just made it worse because it made her sound like she was so grandiose.
Yes.
And she's so egomaniacal.
Because she was the one that was scared from the very beginning.
Yeah.
She didn't. She was frightened.
Yep.
To go.
Yeah,
Oprah talked to her friend. Oprah talked her into going.
I didn't realize that she had to have her arm twisted.
Yeah,
I mean, the look on her face
she was
clear.
scared. Yeah, she was scared from the very beginning, even before they did their astronaut training. And
what intense training
they
must
do,
go
they,
into
they
it.
What do you do? They do a 2-day,
an 11-minute flight.
They have 2-day training. Plus,
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
Wow.
And I will say this: I would ask for my money back. Because everybody says that's an 11-minute flight. It was 10 minutes and 21 seconds. I want my money back.
And how much of it were they weightless? Well, 4.
4 full minutes.
Yeah, they were pissed.
Yeah.
They're pissed. I saw a big story of how they're mad at Wendy's now too, because there was the post on X that said Katy Perry has returned from space, and it's got her picture on it. And Wendy's replied, "Can we send her back?"
Who runs that account? They've been dropping bombs forever.
Hilarious.
Oh man!
And they posted. They made another joke about her on one of their X posts, and now they're supposed to apologize. And
stop
They
it.
have not. They have not apologized.
Good.
They did post something that said, we appreciate her talent and everything, but they didn't apologize.
Do you appreciate her talent?
Well, yeah. I do. They said we always bring a little spice to our socials, but Wendy's has a ton of respect for Katy Perry and her out of this world talent. Now, that's a Wendy's official in a statement, but that's as close to bending the knee as I'll accept, because it's just a post that's funny. Shut up.
I know.
We need to relax on that kind of stuff. But Katy Perry got out of the capsule and kissed the ground.
She was
like she'd been in space for 6 months or something.
Most of them kissed the ground. Katy was the only one that actually kissed dirt. The others kissed the rug that they had out there.
Ridiculous. So anyway, Olivia Munn and Olivia Wilde made fun of it. And they dared ask the question how this bettered mankind. Munn asked, what are they doing? I know this probably isn't the cool thing to say, but there are so many other things that are so important in the world right now. I know this is probably obnoxious, but it's so much money to go to space, and there's a lot of people who can't even afford eggs. What's the point? Is it historic that you guys are going on a ride? That's exactly what set off Gayle King.
Yeah.
She said, I think it's a bit gluttonous. Now, I don't agree with that, but it's fun that liberals are eating their own here. I love that. What are they going to do? Go up there and what have they done that has made the world better for us down here? Well, they floated for 4 minutes.
Yeah, they floated in space for 4 minutes.
Didn't that make things better for you?
Just past the Karma line.
I mean, if you're that picky that it takes more than that to improve your life, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, I don't think they actually paid for it. They were, it sounded like Katy was doing a commercial for it at the end when she came back. She was so full of love and everyone should do it. I feel like Jeff foot the bill for all of that just to shut Lauren up.
Maybe.
I'm sure, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Just do your little woman thing and shut up.
Because it was supposed to cost $250,000, right? For the flight.
Some of those people have spent millions to go on that ride.
Yeah.
It's
a lot. Yeah. And then if you're giving it away for free, it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
All right, let's go to Jenna in Colorado. Hey, Jenna.
Bingo!
Oh, that's how it's done right there. That's how it's done. Where did your bingo happen?
Sure, it's the 4th Royal Cross.
Okay.
So I have Keith, got us by the short and curlies.
Mm-hmm.
I got Hunter Biden smoking crack and drinking vodka exclusively.
Yes.
I have Jeffy talking about a story about his grandfather.
Indeed.
I have not about safety. It's about optics.
Okay.
And then I have the famous Pat Yoda voice. Yes?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It is.
Yep. Jenna, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nicely done. Did we get you set up with the prizes?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, you bet. And thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So she wins $30 worth of merchandise from PatGrayShop.com and a dozen cookies from Kexi.com.
And we'll get next week's bingo card pinned to the top of Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
And you might notice
later today,
as Keith is holding this up, we did a really cool thing this week.
This never happened.
Even if I do say so myself, I had nothing to do with how this worked. However, it worked out nicely because we had double bingo there.
Yeah. So she could have said it right down the top to the bottom through the middle there.
Yeah.
So if somebody calls in now and says bingo and they
go
down that line, did they get another?
No, because they weren't the first to call.
That says no.
Yeah.
Well, they'd be the first to call about that row.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now we've
now
told
you've
everyone.
given it out, so no. No, too easy. Too easy that way. All right. Speaking of a dozen...
Can we send her back?
Speaking of a dozen Kexi cookies, let me just tell you about Kexi cookies. We've got our Happy Mother's Day box that is out. Our Mother's Day box. This will sell out very, very quickly. You can pre-order it right now. I think we start delivery on the box next week. So pre-order it, and then we'll deliver it in time for Mother's Day. You seem disturbed, Jeffy. I'm sorry. Did I displease you?
No, not at all.
Do you want it this
I'm
very minute?
I'm excited about the Mother's Day box that I can pre-order. That doesn't have any cookies in it. I'm excited about that.
That's what I was about to say. I think we're waiting for you to open that. I think that's the problem.
Oh, is that what you're waiting for?
What do you got in there?
Okay.
We have the Mother's Day group of cookies, hummingbird cake.
Oh,
does that taste like hummingbird?
I'm looking for my my son's email for the description of these. Okay, so the hummingbird cake is exclusive to the Mother's Day box. It's a sticky sweet mini cake bursting with banana, pineapple, spice, and just enough Southern charm to make your grandma blush.
Nice. Who writes those? That's good. That's
Sean
really
did.
good.
Yeah, my son Sean did.
We also have
we also have the German chocolate, which looks a lot like that. In fact, it looks exactly like that.
Because that's what it is.
Because that's what it is. This is one of Jackie's favorites. Her mom made her German chocolate cakes or something, and she's loved it forever. So she put it in a cookie, and it's a rich chocolate loaded with semi-sweet chocolate chips, toasted pecans, shredded coconut, and then drizzled with even more chocolate. All right.
I like that word, drizzled.
Drizzled
with desserts
is always good. Then there's the almond croissant cookie.
Oh.
Yeah, these are different kinds of flavors.
Yeah, they are. Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, we do have the famous blueberry lemon, which, I don't know.
Tremendous.
Every time I try it, it becomes my favorite until I eat the Texas sheet cake again, and then I love that again. Also, the white chocolate strawberry, which looks a little something. In fact, it looks a lot like that, because that's what this is. Yeah. And then the last but not least, honey pistachio.
Oh, okay.
Deliciousness.
Are you giving these away?
Yeah.
I don't want to be presumptuous.
Yeah,
That's the one.
Is there one that struck your fancy?
I want to try the hummingbird.
The hummingbird one? All right.
Again, Jeffy, it doesn't taste like the bird.
No, it does not.
Okay, I know you're going to be disappointed. Feathers are going to come.
Why'd you name it hummingbird if it doesn't taste like a hummingbird?
There's not any feathers in this cookie.
I better not bite into a beak, I'll tell you that.
Absolutely beak-free, I promise.
Okay.
So if you'd like to get the Mother's Day box or any of the cookie boxes, go to Kexi.com, K-E-K-S-I, Kexi.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed now continues.
Letitia James is hitting up supporters for a lot of money right now. Just days after the Trump administration accused her of alleged fraud involving several homes she owns, the money bid is in the form of an invitation to an event on Tuesday from 5:30 to 7, calling for contributions starting at $500 and climbing to $18,000. You got a lot of nerve. If that's
for sure.
Okay, you can pay $18,000 to hang out with me.
That's the thing. It's a fundraiser for her campaign,
her reelection
campaign.
Yeah,
it's so hypocritical of politicians that can get away with this. Charge up to $18,000. No, they paid for the dinner.
Yeah,
and like for example, I tried to sell some concert tickets about 20 years ago on eBay, and it was illegal to try to make more in the state that I was selling them in. So I was like, I'll put a pencil up with it, you know? I can't get away with that. They pulled that bid down immediately, and they're like, you can't do that. But that's exactly what these politicians do.
That is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Just pisses me off.
Apparently, the invite features a photo of James framed by a circular gay pride flag.
Oh, now I want this. Hold on. Now I want this.
The high-dollar fundraiser
She could only sign it.
Will be hosted at the home of left-wing activists Rod Grozier and Rob Smith.
Love them.
The latter of whom is the CEO and founder of the Fluid Project, a gender-neutral clothing company.
Okay, let's...
Great.
Boy,
okay.
that verbiage works.
Letitia James is fighting for our rights every single day.
Is she?
This is our opportunity to show Letitia that we have her back, according to Act Blue.
There we go.
Yes,
we got there.
We did. It's incredible. Amazing. Also, did you see that there were parents, this is in Massachusetts, who were arrested because they didn't have their 9-month-old baby vaccinated. They refused to vaccinate their 9-month-old child.
And they were arrested?
And they were arrested. Yeah. Israel
this is in
Rivera.
the United States of America?
Massachusetts, if that qualifies.
Oh, technicality.
Israel Rivera and Ruth Encarnacion were arrested for familial kidnapping last month when they took their child and fled to Texas to escape the Department of Child Services, or whatever they call it.
Yeah, so what?
It's the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families. This all began when the family's pediatrician filed a 51A neglect report when the parents declined That's all they did. They declined vaccination for their baby boy on religious grounds.
I don't care what grounds.
Yeah, I don't either. But especially
they're
on
responsible
religious
for their
grounds.
child, and they said no.
Massachusetts, apparently, I don't know how they get away with this. They don't allow religious exemptions for childhood vaccinations.
This is the same state that kidnapped that girl from that family.
That's right.
Yes, it is. But so they decide to go to another state.
Yeah. Yes.
And they get arrested.
And they've kidnapped their child.
I'm sorry,
Is
who does
that
the child
incredible?
belong to?
The parents. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the state of Massachusetts.
That's what it feels like. Yeah.
So they were arrested in the state of Texas?
Apparently.
No. I'd say
apparently.
no.
Surely not.
Wow.
I bet they were.
So
By who?
The Department of Children and Families left a notice on the family's front door of their apartment demanding to be let into the home in order to inspect the living situation. The parents refused and hid. The police came back the next day, and the family was so scared they left and came to Texas.
Good for them.
Jeez.
Get the
I
hell
don't
out
know
of there.
this story.
That is crazy.
I got to find out who arrested them. This is wild.
Yeah, they were hunted down in Texas, arrested, and charged with kidnapping their own children.
So they were arrested here in Texas.
Yeah.
What's the last name again?
Wow.
They've got separate last names. It's Israel Rivera and Ruth Encarnacion.
Okay.
Familial kidnapping, which carries up to a year in prison. Oh,
Stop
my gosh.
it.
That is insane.
Fitchburg police, so I guess that's Texas, said they found a missing mother and her 5 children. So...
Is that the same? Is that the same one?
What I'm asking is, did the dad say? I'm trying to figure out. Like, say, can get my kids back? I'm trying to figure this out. This is the first I'm hearing of the story, but it sounds very odd that a local police department in Texas would involve themselves in a Massachusetts issue.
Does seem strange.
If your kids were missing, how'd you act?
But it all started with them saying no. To having their child vaccinated from this pediatrician.
Right.
Shame on him, the pediatrician.
Fitchburg, Massachusetts police, not Texas. So Fitchburg, Massachusetts.
They have authority to arrest people in Texas?
I don't know the story. I'm trying to piece it all together here because the parents were together. They were found in Whitney, Texas. Fitchburg Police Department. Let's see. Arrest warrants, police. Too many freaking pop-up ads. Gee.
I know. That's becoming a nightmare, actually.
It is so bad.
On a lot of websites.
We're way beyond becoming. Way beyond becoming. Yeah, what a crazy story, though. That's madness. Absolute.
That can't be allowed.
Absolutely un-American.
So
it sure is.
Encarnacion's sister reported her missing. Okay. These stories are incomplete. They don't say, I want to know which jurisdiction, which authority made the arrest.
It'll probably tell you in one of the pop-up ads.
Wow, this is a strange story.
Go to the facial cream website. I'm sure you'll find the information there. Yeah, it's right there.
Problem.
Right there. Also, Haley Joel Osment. You know who he is?
I do.
Can you believe he was just arrested?
He was.
For public intoxication.
Yeah. Apparently, he had some other substances on him as well.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that part of the story.
Yeah, and I don't know that there's body cam footage released, but I saw audio, or I saw verbiage from what he said when he was being arrested. And
was it not nice?
It was not nice.
He wasn't nice?
It was not nice.
Oh, no.
Nice.
I hate it when Haley Joel isn't nice. I hate that.
He's been struggling, though, Pat.
Was he downright mean?
He's been struggling.
If you don't know who he is, he's the kid from The
he's not a
Sixth
kid any
Sense.
longer.
No, he's 37 years old now.
He's been in a lot of shows since, and I like a lot of his work.
But I say leave him alone. The guy sees dead people.
Right.
Come on.
I'd be drinking too, bro.
Yeah, right?
Plus,
right?
I will say he's been really struggling. He lost his house to one of the big fires in California.
Oh,
and
he
he's
did?
really, and he said that when he would come home, that was where he felt safe, and he loved that house.
Dang
and
it.
it's completely gone, and there has been no replacement talk from insurance or.
Let the kid drink. Come on, just leave him alone.
The 37-year-old kid, let him drink.
His performance in that movie was one of the most brilliant child performances I think there's ever been. But doesn't it make you feel old now to think that he's 37? He looks the same though. He looks the same except with a beard. So picture the 9-year-old or 10-year-old with a beard, and that's what he looks like to this day. And of course, he still sees dead people, and he's trying to drink them away.
Sure. I'm not blaming him for that.
Did somebody really call police and say, hey, I think this guy is drunk and he's in public? And so police came and...
Yeah, they were at the ski resort, and I feel like that was just kind of the police stumbled upon that, and somebody called.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know the whole thing.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.